We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.
Oh, you sons of fucking bitches.
Hey, we
Dude,
are back.
We are back. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Man. Well,
Okay,
I'm Maxwell
so yeah.
Silverhammer.
I'm cruise control, so am I. Hopefully you can hear me still.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, because it did. You know what it did? Okay, gotta fuck. I'm cruise control, by the way. Like I said, the fucking thing used to bring a big old message up in front of my face. To say that it's okay recording. So hopefully my voice comes in through the beginning of the recording as well, because like the first couple
you
seconds.
had to okay it to stay in the meeting.
Yeah.
I don't think that does anything. You know what I'm saying? You just you have to click okay at some point.
Yeah.
You know. But I guess we'll see, huh?
I guess we'll find out. We'll have to play it real quick afterwards. But anyways, this is a Nothing Sacred show for November 15th, 2024. We haven't done a two-person show. You said since July? It can't be that fucking long.
Yeah, dude. I think July was, a matter of fact, it was 4th of July when we did it.
Didn't we do something in fucking September or something? No?
No, not that I know of. It was all interviews and drink wraps and smoke breaks and all kinds of other shit.
Yeah, smoke breaks and fucking yeah. We have we haven't done one, so we have to get back to this maybe once a month.
Yes, we do. Just to let you know that we don't hate each other.
Oh no, and not only that, but like we're not trying to branch out too much. We're not doing our old stuff. We're still here, man. We're still rolling along. We got stuff to talk about.
Oh fuck yeah!
We figured we'd do a show tonight. We were like, fuck it, why not do one? By the way, I am at hour 66, 67 on a water fast.
Oh, you're doing what is it with you and these goddamn weird diets and shit, dude?
Because man, I'm that way. I did it actually a month and a half ago. I think we mentioned it on one of the shows, and I did a 4-day one, and I lost 10 pounds, and it really helped my eating better. But then I kind of got back to kind of a little bit back to where I was going with bad shit. You know, like dude, I had fucking McDonald's. I think I mentioned this before. I had McDonald's the other night.
Oh god,
dude, I got a craving for McDonald's. So it was fucking so expensive, and it was so fucking. It was shit, dude. It tasted like shit. I'm like, dude, people haven't eaten it because I don't eat a lot of fast food.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. Well,
I'll eat some Taco Bell once in a while or something else, every once in a while. But I just don't eat anymore. The main reason is because it's so fucking expensive. Like a Big Mac being $10, or here it's $6.50, $6.75 for a Big Mac itself.
Well,
but that's more than a Big Mac combo should be $5.
Yeah, you think, and they want you to upsize it and do all kinds of other.
They only that, but no, the actual fucking Big Mac itself is twice as much as a combo used to be. Like 5-6 years ago, they used to have 2 for $6, or they don't have that shit anymore, man. I went on the app and goes, I'm gonna try to see if I can get a big Western bacon. Maybe they have a special. $9.75 for one Western bacon cheeseburger.
Damn, that's not even including the fries or drink
nothing,
or
just the fucking sandwich.
Damn.
So I don't know if you go to fast food much anymore yourself, but
I don't really. Although I had Caps tonight, man, Capriati's.
Oh, you did,
which was dope. Oh fuck yeah! I followed your suggestion, man. Your what did you call it?
Like my idea because I was talking about it earlier.
It was you hit. Well, you didn't hint, but it was like you were just you mentioned it, and I said, "Ooh, that sounds good."
A pastrami sounds good right now, but I can't eat anything for another day or two.
I had a Bobby, man. Fuck yeah, with stuffing and turkey.
I bet it was good.
Cranberries. Oh yeah, it was Jackham's, and it was all I needed too. So
especially because you didn't get the super long one, right? You got the fucking regular.
Hell no, I got the 10-inch.
Yeah.
So that's good.
The other one is fucking insane. Remember I got that
well,
one
time?
Yeah,
and I was checking. I was like, what's the large? I thought it might be a foot long. Hell no, that shit's 18 inches long. I was like, oh, hell no.
No. No. And even that was probably like $20 or so for the 10-inch or something like that.
Oh, yeah. It was because I went through Go Gourmet.
Yeah, so, but I'm just, even the regular price is probably just like $15 or something, like $10, $12, $15 for the regular 10-inch like that.
Yeah, if you went into the store and just got it there.
Yeah, got it there.
Yeah.
So I'm on that water fast, feeling crazy, but feeling all right.
All right.
It's been since Tuesday. I ate Tuesday night at about 10. And then God, I felt like shit,
So
man.
it's been 3 days, 4 days, huh?
Yeah, 60 something hours. Yeah,
Fuck.
man.
Oh,
So I've
wow.
been going on it that's since Tuesday evening. So I'm at midnight tonight will be 3 days full, will be 72 hours.
Wow.
So
Oh, I
yeah,
couldn't do it, man.
it's
Couldn't do it.
yeah, you probably could. But
No, I couldn't. It would
it's
suck. I hate it.
interesting though. You get
I'd
to
be
this
so
point,
pissed
man,
off.
and you're like, whoa. Because you start going into this thing called ketosis, and you start going into autophagy, which kind of repairs your cells, and it kind of lets your stomach kind of relax a little bit from not digesting anything.
Yeah.
And then I'm taking electrolytes, so I'm like sipping on water with salt and potassium and magnesium. So,
So you don't shit at all, do you?
well, I have to shit because I haven't shit since uh for a day or two. So I need to shit. I think I need to shit, but no, I haven't. Because you don't eat anything. It's basically just water. So
Wow.
you can get the run sometimes because you're just like because you're shitting out all this funk.
All the liquid, yeah, and stuff stuff you're detoxifying from, I guess,
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Sorry, homie. I couldn't do it. It just wouldn't. Nope. Ain't my thing.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't blame you. Like I said, it takes some discipline, but like I said, you lose so much fucking weight. And
yeah,
you
yes, you
also
do.
like your stomach kind of shrinks, so you don't feel hungry. Because dude, I can eat these fucking like I said, I got a weakness for certain shit, man. And I'll be in the store and I'll be like, fuck it, I'm gonna get these pretzel bites and I'll fucking scarf half the fucking thing in one day. And it's
You
like,
know, here's
know.
when we get this thing now. I think it's every Friday, and it's a guy. It's a food truck that comes to our work, and he does barbecue stuff, dude.
Oh shit.
And so you can get like a rib and link combo with one side, like you get baked beans or potato salad
Oh
or whatever.
shit.
So I get it with potato salad. Yeah, I have to sometimes stop myself. Like, no, it's Friday. Just because it's Friday doesn't mean you have to go. And they had banana pudding. I got some of this banana, dude. It was
Is that
jacko, man.
today?
No, this wasn't today. No,
That's
no, no.
why you said fuck it, I'm getting capriati's because if you
Uh-huh.
would have done
Yep.
both, you would have been fucking floored.
Oh, I don't think I could have. No, I couldn't have done
Yeah.
them both. I kind of do one fat fuck meal a day. The rest of the time it's, protein bars and yogurts like this morning, I made one of my fuck sandwiches, with the sausage and the eggs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I had one of those. And then, of course I snack, I have pretzels and other shit that I snack
Well,
on.
you
So,
better make a fuck sandwich because these lib bitches is going crazy.
uh,
Because we haven't talked since the election. And by the way, who won? Who fucking won?
boy.
Trump.
Trump.
I'm not a see for me it's not even Trump. Like Trump is like, yeah, it's the other guys around him, like Tulsi Gabbard and John F. Kennedy Jr. or sorry, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Right.
And then like Vivek, Elon Musk, all these people around him who he's putting around him who are are the ones Trump's all right. I'm not saying he's terrible, but he's better than the alternative, of course, which is the cackling bitch. But
well, yeah, I like him because he's not part of the deep state. You know what I'm saying? He's not part of these fucking, nut bags. Even there's even some Republicans that are part of the deep state.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, there's really most of their old regard Republicans they're all two sides of the same deep state coin or whatever you want to call it, government coin, establishment coin, whatever.
They play golf together, basically.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, "Oh, we hate you," and then they go and they suck each other's cocks later on in the evening.
Yeah, exactly.
But man, dude. So he won obviously the presidency, the House of Representatives. Although they're trying to finagle some senators out, they're doing some fucked up shit in Pennsylvania right now. But he got the Senate and he got everything basically. He kicked the shit.
Everyone's ass,
and everybody
people are just tired of this shit, man. I think it's been 4 years of this. Well, probably even a little more, and people
actually
are just
even
like,
longer.
enough.
People are just tired of it. People are tired of being told. By the way, that's I'm going to pour some more water.
I didn't hear anything. What did something happen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, people are just sick of the bullshit.
People are tired of being lied to and being condescended to and being ignored, like just the tone deaf shit, like Kamala Harris tweeting out. And I've been diving into Twitter the last couple months, longer than that, but mainly the last couple months, because it's pretty much like where you can get deep news where it's unfiltered. Like you have to sift through it, but at least it's not like handed to you like this is ABC News and we're going to tell you what to think. you know.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why everyone's losing their shit because they're all told them that the Nazis, they're all full of Nazis and half the countries are Nazis. And I'm like, do you people even think?
Of
No,
course not. That's
we're
the thing.
tired of this shit.
They can't think for yourself, crew.
But they're tired of shit like Kamala Harris saying, I'm proud to say we're sending another $400 million to Ukraine. And this is 2 days after the North Carolina hurricane.
Oh, well, that's great.
Yeah, so
they can't help people in the country, but
no, yeah, and they're not
not
even not helping them, but they're bragging about giving so much money to a foreign country's war, and while the hurricane just destroyed like half of North Carolina. So it's like these people just have no clue because they don't care. You know, they're so people spoke up, and the libs and the lefties and the wokes are losing their fucking shit, dude.
I bet they are.
Yeah, they are losing
well, it's about
their
time,
shit,
man. I mean, this is look how we were feeling back in 2020, where dumbass won the fucking what, and I'm like, how did this idiot win? Like who I didn't know. I didn't even know, lefties that were loving Biden, thinking he was great.
He was not Trump's, and Trump's evil Hitler guy. Because that's what
Right.
he's been told. There's all these lies about him. Like the very fine people comment, the hoax on that, the hoax he made fun of disabled people, that he called the veterans suckers and losers, that he wants to take over and he's going to be a dictator. He's going to become a Nazi because everyone, and this always comes back to racism, misogyny, and phobias. Homophobia, transphobia, racism, misogyny. It's always the same shit. So it's just funny watching the reaction.
It's that fear mongering shit.
Yeah,
that they always do. You know what I'm saying?
Like, if you had anybody that you've noticed like acting crazy about it, like that you've seen.
Not really. That's what I'm saying. The people I'm around, are pretty happy about this shit.
Yeah.
So
no rum runner assholes like that night or around that time going deep, bro.
No, you know what? Even my hardcore lib friend, he's he hasn't said much. He keeps pretty quiet. So everybody seems
I wish that was the way it was with everything. Like my brothers and his buddy, they hang out for football. And my family on that side.
And by the way, man, you got to tell them sorry for the Eagles last night.
What do you mean they won?
They did win?
Yeah.
Huh? Because when I was watching, it was like they were getting their asses kicked. It was like 7-0, and then
you know what? That's nothing. That was early in the game. They won 26-18.
Okay, you know what? Oh, my bad then. I guess I didn't see the whole game.
Yeah.
So, all right.
No,
anyway,
they won. So they basically they won last night. So they're 8-2. But anyway, my buddy comes over. He's a Trump guy. My mom is my brother, and this guy comes over named Anthony, and he's a Kamala person.
Oh boy.
And so they talk about it and they joke about it, and they disagree about it. And he came over one weekend and my mom said something to him. This embarrassed the hell out of my brother D. My mom said something to him. Because they were bringing it up because there's all these commercials. This is before the election, like the weekend before.
Pre-election, okay.
And my mom says, just because he's black, and he goes, just because my mom, my mom was buzzed, had some wine. Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote for Kamala,
which is true.
I know, but everyone, because we're all a bunch of white Trumpers with this black dude here, and
he's a black dude. Okay, I didn't know
it. And he's a black dude. So my brother's going, Mom, because I just found out about it. But you know what happened? When he left, they hugged, and guess what? He came back the next weekend, and they hung out.
That's how it should be. Even if you're not on the same page or whatever, you still can coexist and you still can be cool.
Oh no, that's not how a lot of people are saying. If you voted for Trump and you're a friend of mine, I don't want to ever speak to you again.
Wow.
There's a lot of people that like I was afraid to go into my improv and do some stuff there because I thought they're going to ask me questions, and no one did. Like because we've mentioned that before, because they assume that I believe that they do because I don't say anything about it, but I don't really care. I know what they believe, and I don't agree with it, and I think a lot of their beliefs are batshit crazy, but they're also treat me with respect, and I treat them with respect, and that's all that should matter. And I have friends like that too who don't believe what I do, but we've talked, and I said, I care about you, man, and I'm not going to allow that to ruin. I know you're a good person. I've seen you be good. I know how you treat me and other people, and I respect you. but that's not the way it is. People are saying, I'm not going to my family and Thanksgiving. I'm not, because they're going to be, I
That's
can't
so
handle
stupid.
it's
This is
yeah.
the shit they want to do to divide everybody, man. You
Well,
know?
my nephew did it. My nephew won't talk to me,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And
And
actually, you know what? I texted him recently about something. When we text, it's always music and other stuff.
yeah.
And he didn't text back. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
I guess.
and it's really sad, and if maybe he listens to this, and maybe that's why, even though I care
I
about him.
shouldn't matter. I
Yeah.
mean, fuck.
Um, I got a story about that, but I don't know if I want to tell it on. It's pretty. I'm gonna wait until afterwards, just because it's kind of personal. So let's go keep
Okay.
going.
Okay.
I forgot about it, but I want to tell it to you. But I don't think I don't,
Right. You can tell me off the air kind of thing.
and actually, I'm kind of starting to start doing that a lot too. Like, I don't want to get into specifics. I think I have previously in the last couple of
No, the
episodes.
last show, yeah, you did get pretty personal, man. But that's all right. I
Yeah,
thought
and
it was good.
I don't feel like doing that too much. Like, I feel like I can be more general about it, because it's just, I don't know, it's not my style.
Speaking of
Um,
family ums, man, I got it was something we were talking about today, dude. And I get a text on the way home. So remember I was telling you about my mom?
yeah.
She was talking about, my old assistant Sharon, and she still occasionally goes, "Do you hear from her? What's going on with her? Do you talk to her?" And I'm like, "No, no, no, mom, I don't. And my mom still feels like we should help her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll occasionally, and what it is, man, it's this, she's getting older, and she's thinking, she'll say things like, I'm not going to be around much longer, and blah blah blah. It's like almost like she's trying to do, like Renaissy said in his rap, doing all this last minute good to impress our savior.
Mhm.
you know so like trying to get Jesus points is what it is. So on the way home tonight, after you and I had talked earlier today at work, I get this text from my mom, and she's like, "What's Sharon's address?" And I'm like, "Oh no." So I text back, and I'm like, "Well, here, I'll give you her address, but to be honest with you, I've washed my hands with her, or of her, and I don't think we should she's pretty much spit in our faces." And my mom said, "Oh, I just want to see if her house is for sale." And I'm like, "Okay." And so I did give her the address, but I wonder if she has some other weird intention, like she's
Her
gonna.
house is for sale. Like, she's gonna buy her house?
No, I think she just wants to know if she's dead. I think there's a curiosity there too. But this is the kind of shit, my mom feels like she needs to help people. She's on this new kick that my brother and I have kind of been giving her shit for. If she sees a homeless person, sometimes she'll pull over and give them money.
Oh God.
Yeah, yeah. My mom. My mom.
God, that doesn't even sound like you're like, yeah, that's old. Yeah, they do crazy shit, man.
It's like a
Um,
death payoff or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm making it so I definitely go to heaven, or whatever.
maybe,
I,
yeah, maybe that's it, or maybe she feels like, yeah, babe, that's got to be something like that.
I'm pretty positive that's it. And
I
even with
bet
her friend that died, her I guess her grandson got in some trouble, and the daughter's kind of a fuck up, and my mom's been trying to help them out a little bit too. And my brother and I are just like, they won't help themselves. Why the hell are you over there? Why are you trying to, And she's like, well, she was my best friend, and she would have done it for me if the shoe was on the other foot. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know about that, you know?
yeah, and even if she would, like, yeah, like you said, it's maybe it is like a point where she wants to feel like she's impacting the world. And maybe it's also because she no longer works or whatever,
I
and
think that's a
so
lot
and
of it too.
so and
Has to
so
feel
it's like,
useful.
yeah, you feel useful and impactful because everything she was doing for decades was impactful.
Oh,
Like,
fuck yeah.
and yeah, that's crazy, but it's funny. Sometimes you got to let people go, but that's a good, it's sad, like, that happens to older people, but but with someone like Sharon, it's she deserves. I mean, she basically treats you
Well,
like crap,
well,
So
that's it. And we were talking about something like that today too, where when people don't have anybody, there's a reason. It's not just that the white man oppressed them. They're assholes, and
yeah,
people tend to alienate them a little bit. Like, well, you're a dick, so I'm just not going to deal with you anymore. And that's kind of what's happened, man. And Sharon's that way, man. She's burned a fuckload of bridges. Even some of the people from the networking group that we went to, for work, some of them kind of befriended her a little bit, and two of them were trying to help her, and she got mad at both of them. And it's like, well, okay, you're just burning bridges left and right.
But at least it's, the burning bridges is something that they actually did. Now, I know a lot of people, but it's not just like, oh, in terms of did to them, like it's things you did personally to you. Like if Sharon were like, oh, I'm a Kamala fan, I'm totally into Kamala Harris, and I voted for her, and you went, I'm never going to talk to you again.
No,
that'd be one thing.
It wasn't that, not at all. It's just the way that I was treated. I told you, she yelled at me, a lot at events, in front of people. We've had some, when we'd go grocery shopping, back when she used to take me grocery shopping. I remember there was one clerk that she was like, every time y'all in here, y'all fighting, y'all need to be nice to each other. I think she thought Sharon was my mom or something, so she probably just thought I'm being a dickhead son, arguing with my mom all the time, when it's like, no, this bitch starts it on me because she's just got an attitude.
Yeah, she's not a really good person, and that's something to think about. But when you have people like my nephew, I would talk to for years, and he won't talk to anybody in my family. So my mom doesn't have grandkids because my other nephew won't talk to him. It's just like, you think these people hate you, and it's like, because they've been brainwashed, man. It's a cult, and what cults do is they force you to isolate. They will force you to, like, you can only hang out with people who believe the certain things that you do.
Yeah, of course.
And it isolates them so that because then you have you're in your echo chamber, you're never hearing other opinions, and you always think that if anybody's there, they must think the way you do, and if they don't, then you makes you unsafe, and they're evil people, and they, like, I don't care about my nephews because they're this and that. And it's like, I don't care either way. But that's, like I said before, that's part of the problem too, is they don't want you to not care. They want you to care way more than you do.
Yeah. Well, it's just interesting, man. I wonder if they'll ever wake up or grow up.
I hope so. And if they do, then I'll be like, hey, we can talk again. I'm not going to be like, no, because that'd be this, but it's just sad because, like I said, my mom doesn't have a lot of grandkids. And the grandkids that she has don't speak to her,
that's crazy.
Or even my brother at this point.
That's right, because you and Dee don't have kids.
Yeah, no.
So wow.
So it's like, it's just sad that this happens, and it's happening to a lot of families out there, a lot of people, especially now, because people are encouraging. There's people on TV saying you shouldn't go, like this on MSNBC, which is ratings have cratered. But you shouldn't go. You shouldn't go to your family. You should take a stand. And if they voted for Trump, then that they're anti-trans and they're racist and misogynist. And now the women.
A media outlet telling you that shit,
Yeah. Oh yeah. And there's women out there. It's this thing called 4B, and there's a movement now for all these liberal chicks to say, I'm not going to have sex. I'm not going to. It's from South Korea. It's a feminist thing, because South Korea is all fucked up with this feminist shit too, for whatever reason.
Where do you see this shit? Like online?
Online everywhere. It's all over the place. Yeah, I'm in deep in that political stuff, and I love watching the reaction videos.
Oh,
because the reaction videos of these people who've lost their shit because Trump lost, it's just like they're losing their crying and screaming and saying, you bastards and you men. So now they're mad at men because the majority of men voted for Trump. And so they're going on a
lot of women
strike.
that voted for Trump too.
Yeah, I know, but they're just self-hating, so that but these men, so now what they're doing is these women are saying, fine. And it's so funny because obviously one of the big things about Kamala's abortion, we want, and a lot of conservative people are like, I think abortion is killing. Well, it is killing. It's literally killing a baby. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. That's your interpretation, but it's killing a baby. There's no question about it.
Well, sure. I mean, but
killing a fucking baby inside of you. So it is. You can say however morally you want to, but at a certain point,
I'm still pro-abortion, because
so am I.
Some motherfuckers
up to a certain point.
Right.
I'm up to it, but after it's like 20 weeks, when a baby can live outside of the womb, then it's killing the baby. Because if the baby can live on an incubator or something else, then like premature babies,
because
there's
some living motherfuckers I wish would have got aborted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
some people that are like,
you
should have been aborted status. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And I get that, but my point is that these women are talking about that, and they hate the idea of abstinence. because what's the best way of not having kids? Absence. Well, no. Yeah, not having sex will make sure that you don't get pregnant, so you don't have to get an abortion. Well, that's ridiculous. It's like, well, it's the
Right.
truth. If you don't have sex, you're not going to get somebody pregnant, and you're not going to get pregnant. It's just
Right.
that
Or
simple.
strap on a contraceptive or
But
something,
even
man.
then, they say it should be the man's responsibility to do that, because they're the one who spurts the semen
I
inside
don't
of
want to
you.
hear shit. I got a vasectomy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I took extra steps.
Well,
So
my
fuck
point
you.
also is that these women now, what are these women doing now? They're saying, I don't want to have sex for 4 years. So they're basically going abstinent, so they're not going to have abortions. I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids.
Great.
And it's like,
That'll help. That'll help.
and they're also shaving their heads. That's another protest. Women are
Oh,
shaving
great.
their heads. So it's like they look like skinhead, abstinent monk skinheaders.
That's
Here,
pretty fucking
let's
a
see if
bald
I
chick. Did I tell you? But when Kraken worked for me, your nephew, there was
yeah
a chick came. Did I tell you this story?
no
Well, this chick came to our table, and I actually thought she was kind of. We were at an event, and she was kind of hot, man. And I was kind of flirting with her a little bit, right? And when
yeah
she walked away, Kraken's like, "Yeah, you were kind of digging her." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, she was bald, right?" And I went, "No." And right away, it was like, "Oh man." So she had this hot voice, but all you had to do was tell me she's bald, and I'm like, "Oh, that's gross."
Well, I wouldn't go. But there's one way I would if it was because of chemotherapy and they could grow it back. But if it was a choice to be bald,
I'm guessing it was a choice. She didn't seem. I mean, it's hard to tell, but I'm guessing she was just that was her thing. She seemed a little eccentric. You know what I mean? So, but either way, the baldness thing just totally turned me off. I mean, I didn't even have to, but I could imagine just all of a sudden if I try to go in and touch her hair and go, oh shit, she's bald. Like to me, that'd be so disgusting,
yeah, for me,
And I'm
hair is
bald. I'm
very
a guy,
important.
but
Yeah,
I'm a
hair is
guy.
very important with me for me. I
Yeah.
like
But
hair
it
is
doesn't have to
important.
be long. It can be short too, even
Yeah,
butchy,
I
but
like long. I don't like short hair too much, unless like really it looks like a pixie haircut, like it looks like a female short haircut. But like dude short haircuts, no.
right.
But here, the 4B movement is no sex with men for 4 years, no dating men for 4 years, no marriage with men for 4 years, and no childbirth for 4 years.
Okay.
And that's like their protests against men for voting for Trump because these bad men didn't because they hate women and they want to control women. So now we're gonna tell you we're not gonna get and a lot of the fucking women that are doing it are like just fucking butt ugly. They're just, of
Well, there we
course,
go. I guess that wouldn't be a
But
problem then.
but
It's probably
also
pretty
here's the
easy.
thing: women aren't fucking most men anyways because they're all looking for the 1% because most men are beneath most women because they think they're tens when they're fives. And I don't like I said I don't
Oh
like
yeah.
using the scorecard, but they're in their minds they're always tens. And
Right,
so
right.
basically, like it's like most guys are like, you weren't fucking me anyway, so
It doesn't really. I'm not
doesn't
losing
fucking
out on
affect
anything.
me. The only thing you're making yourself do is look stupid, and these are American chicks, so they gonna follow this shit
Oh yeah, yeah.
because
These
they're
are the
most
Instagram chicks.
yeah, these
But
are the
I
chicks that'll
guarantee.
fuck like they have body counts, like 100 men a year or whatever they're fucking talking about. They're
Oh, and
fucking
I bet you they're on Instagram showing tits and ass and all kinds of shit.
oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You
It's
know.
it's 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 just such a funny fucking thing. Like they're not no, I'm not gonna do this. And here's the thing that they're reinforcing two ideas. They're reinforcing that all men care about is sex, which is not true. And they're also saying, what else do you have to offer? So they're threatening to all you men care about is sex, all you think about is getting pussy. Well, we're not gonna screw you because you hate you. And it's like, you're the ones who are focusing on that. So
Right,
you
right.
think it's gonna affect us, but we're like, okay,
I didn't even know you existed.
oh yeah, people are losing their shit. Now they're of course talking about recounts and they want to do recounts because Trump obviously, because they're the ones saying that it was obviously rigged again.
Here we
Because it's
go.
the same thing. The losers, they looked at mainstream media, they looked at all this mainstream shit, and they thought that it was a shoe, and they thought that Kamala would win. And when she didn't, they were like, "What?" So
I
now it can't be that and half the country are racist, of course, and sexist.
like I said,
So
I don't know too many people that were really, at least in where around where I was, that were really hardcore for Kamala. And if they did, they didn't voice it.
yeah,
So I wasn't running into that, man.
it's funny because I think you're not around those people, and I unfortunately when you're around theater people, you see it, and in this
Yeah, that's
town,
true. It's where you were too.
and it's given me kind of a hard reality, like I've thought about trying to find somebody, meeting somebody here to kind of get involved with. And man, dude, there's just not that many women out in here who are worth my time, dude. And a lot of it's because they believe in all this bullshit, the woke bullshit. They're all feminists. They all talk about, misogyny and trans and I'm this and that, and it's just tiresome, man. Or they're kind of cute, and I'm like, oh, you're kind of cute. And I find out that they've got like all these fucking piercings that I can't see, or they take off their shirt. And I'm not big on piercings and tattoos.
See, I don't mind it. Piercings and tattoos are all right for me, man. I can roll with that.
Yeah, see,
I dig it.
I don't dig that shit because I don't like watching that kind of shit. I feel like the skin, like smooth, clean skin, is beautiful. And and like I said, you can do what you want. But there's a lot of people that get annoyed with me for saying that. I'm like, motherfucker.
Well, okay, it's you're not attracted to it. It's the same way.
Yeah.
That there's some people that are not attracted to us because we're visually impaired. It's
or like you wouldn't date a bald chick.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. My thing I said about bald girls.
Exactly. You'd be like, oh no, I can't do that. See me, like I said, if it was chemo or something, and I knew they could grow their hair back,
right?
I might date a bald chick. If they decide I like being bald, I'm like, well,
that's great. I just don't like dating a bald chick.
No, exactly.
But and there's other women I wouldn't, go for. And sometimes people, I never find it's obviously personal preference. It's what you're into, what you dig. It shouldn't put you down because, hey, like I said, there are people who wouldn't date us because we're visually impaired. And guess what? We're cool with that. As a matter of fact, I would say that's better for me because this way I don't have to babysit.
Oh
somebody.
God. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll have to train them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just admit that immediately so we can go our separate ways.
Right.
It's like me with fat chicks. I don't like overweight girls. I
can dig that too.
Yeah, see, that doesn't turn me on, and it's nothing wrong with me. And it's just like you said, the same thing. But just let people know early, and then you let people know. You don't try to fuck around with and be dumb about it.
Exactly. So hey, it is what it is. Actually, fuck, dude. Speaking of dating. You kind of know this. I've been talking to you about this a little bit, but I got a friend who, remember she called me when I was up there?
Oh yeah.
She had some tea for me or whatever the fuck it was. And so now she's been talking about this guy that she's known since like high school, and they reconnected, but the guy's married, but in the process of he's separated right now and whatever. He comes down here a lot. So she's all into this whole thing. And she gives me like blow by blow. She's telling me about their sex. And people have told me before they think she may like me, but I've known her for like 14 years, and I've never really known her. I mean, I have to take her in small doses, obviously, because she can get on my nerves. But lately, man, just like she's always calling me to tell me shit about this guy and what they're doing. And like I said, it's pretty graphic, man. Like sometimes she'll say, oh, I still got finger marks on my hips from where he grabbed me from when he was fucking me from behind. And I'm just like, I don't tell you about the chicks that I might tell you if I'm dating somebody, but I'm not going to tell you graphic details of our sex. You know what I'm saying?
There's one or two things that could be. It's either she feels so comfortable with you and has absolutely no physical attraction to you, which is why she tells you that. Because chicks don't tell dudes stuff about their sex lives unless they don't care about it, because they don't want to. Because you'll never fuck me, so I can tell you anything about my life. I learned that the hard way.
Fuck, you know what? And actually, maybe that's, you might be onto something there, and that would be okay.
But see, don't get your hopes up, because the other reason is that they like you and they're trying to make you feel jealous.
See, that was my original theory. That okay, why are you?
I said, one or two reasons. There's no in between on that one. I don't think there's like a chick going, oh well, I'm just kind of like you. I'm just going to kind of tell you. Yeah, I think it's either a way of trying to get you to go, oh well, oh, or she just doesn't think about you and that would be the best outcome. Would be obviously for her to go like, oh, I just feel so comfortable around you that I'm not attracted to you, so I can talk to you about this kind of thing.
And that's okay.
Which is great. It's much worse that way than it is when you really like a girl and she starts talking to you about her sex life or her boyfriends. She's like, I can talk. I know. I feel so comfortable talking to you. And you're like, no.
Yeah. She's like, his cock was so big and oh my God.
Or I just loved him, or we had sex and it wasn't. And you're like, I don't need to know about this, but I'm going to listen to you when it is because I like you and I'm still hopeful. It's like, no.
Right. No, that's not but it's weird because like I said, people have said to me in the past, I think she likes you, and whatever the hell they're seeing, but it's just weird for her to kind of step it up, 14 years into our friendship. Although she did say to me one night, I want to start dating again. I want somebody to do things with, and I want this and I want that. So maybe it's just a thing of, she's getting the dating bug again or something.
Yeah, she likes you, and so she wants to make you feel like you're like make you notice, like because that's what people think. Oh well, he doesn't. But if once I get with somebody, he'll go, oh, you're finally with somebody. Oh God, I've thought that too about girls, where I'm like, yeah, once I'm with somebody and I start talking about them,
you'll come back and knock at my door.
You'll be like, oh wait, you're with somebody now. I was like, what about me? Because that does happen sometimes as well, where. But no,
it just kind of bothers me a little bit. It's like, fuck, I don't want to hear about your goddamn sex life, And it's not, like I said, I have no interest in her at all. But I don't need to hear graphic details I don't need to hear a man's graphic details of what he's doing to a chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I wouldn't tell you, I might tell you, hey man, yeah, I got with this chick. We fucked, we did the, but I don't give you bull. I don't think, do I? I don't give you blow by blow details, do I? On that kind of shit?
Fuck no. Well, I wouldn't want you to. I'd be like, hey, dude.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think. Yeah, fuck no. What would do is like I would be like, yeah, I was great. Like the only one I've ever heard do that, and that kind of is fake. Is I think
we know who our buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so and that's because it's like bullshit. But no one, yeah, I was fucking her and she sucked my cock. It's like I don't tell you that shit. Why would I want you to, I'm not going to tell you about my girl and what she's doing with me. Dudes don't do. And you know what the funny thing is? Girls think dudes do that. They think dudes sit around when their girls
and tell sex stories all day.
She was sucking my cock, and then she rode me like several times. And if you hear that from a dude, you're usually like, yeah, dude, that's great, dude. Anyways, the football game's on. Let's watch the fucking football
right.
Game.
I'm not tripping off that.
No one wants to know about how you're banging your chick. That doesn't really make any dudes like, and that's one of the things that girls think that we do though. Like we sit around talking about, fuck yeah, I was fucking my girlfriend and she blew a load in her mouth and she spit it on my cock and then sucked it up again and then fucked her in the ass and then she sucked the shit off my cock and it's like, yeah, it's like.
Actually, you know what? I bet you more women get more descriptive about their sex to each other.
Of course they do.
Than because I've overheard some shit sometimes. Like women will start talking that way in front of me, to each other. Thinking that I don't notice or I don't care, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and of course, because they think about sex just as much or more than men do. And that's the big thing.
That's why, you know what, dude, it might be more because I've known more, funny enough. Okay. Like our buddy we talked about, he lies about girlfriends, but I know more women that have lied about boyfriends than men that have lied about girlfriends.
Yeah, well, it's not even lying about boys. It's more like the idea of like because they're always focused. They think, oh, guys always think about sex. But who's the one doing the sex strike? Who's the one thinking, well, I'm not gonna fuck these guys for 4 years. I'm gonna have a strike against men because I'm strong. It's like dudes are like, okay, do what you're gonna do. They're not going
right.
No, please fuck something. Come on, you don't want to stop fucking. Guys are like, all right. But if guys did that to girls, the girls would be losing their shit. They'd be like, because girls lose their shit when you don't want to fuck them anyways, no matter how they feel. If they're 700 pounds, they're like, I want to suck your cock. You're like, no thanks. They're like, oh, you're a faggot. You don't.
That's another one. You must be gay because you don't want me. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Of course, because like I said, it's and women will definitely get more because I get that they do. Oh yeah, it's like last night he just fucked me for like 6 hours straight. We fucked like 3 times at 4.
I've heard him talk that way to each other.
Yeah, and guys don't do that.
Hell no.
It's like, hey, dude, what you? It's like, oh, me and so and so, we got together and dude, we fucked for like 8 hours. And if you did say that, that'd be it. We're like, we like, oh, cool.
But not
dude,
this detailed. I knew one guy that did that. Remember the building we used to work in on Desert Inn?
Yeah,
there was this guy named Glenn who worked for this real estate company. I don't know if he was there when you were there or not, but he would go into graphic detail about what he was doing with chicks and this and that. And I'm just like, God damn, dude, this is wow. Okay.
Yeah, I bet when he did, you would turn the subject. You try to change the subject, right? You'd be like,
Yeah, I would. I would be like,
of
"Oh, that's
course.
cool, man. Well, so hey, bro. So fuck, man.
A
What
lot
are
of
you doing
girls
this
would be
week?"
like, "Oh yeah, honey. Well, really? You yeah? Did you? Oh yeah, so he's fucking dildo in my butthole." And I was like, "Oh, what kind of dildo?" And the guys are like, "Nope, all right." And or if you did keep going, you'd be like, "Hey, dude, I'm not really interested in that, man. Why don't we talk about something else?" Like you at some point you would go, you'd be like, "Yes, man. She was sucking my cock, and then yeah, and then she sucking fucking rode me, dude. And I was sucking her titties, dude, and yeah, and then I stuck my finger in her butthole while she was." And you're like,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't,
almost
I don't
cringy, you know,
yeah,
like
of course it
shit.
is. But girls like, oh, tell me about it. See, me and my husband last night, he fucking he stuck a fucking wrench in my fucking ass and then and ratcheted it open and he pulled it out and he twisted it around in my butthole and he pulled out this big old chunk of dookie and flung it at my face and I caught it in my mouth like a fish, like a seal, whatever. Uh,
Actually, yeah. Well, that's
and then like, oh really? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, I got this new dildo. I got this new fucking dildo. Like we might, there's guys that we do that might sometimes, but usually it's like, all right, we don't try to go into deep. We might have a gloss over shit, like, yeah,
yeah,
it
like
was,
yeah, dude, we fuck. She sucks pretty good dick, and that's about
yeah,
it. That's about as far we're gonna go with that.
yeah. Or it's a funny story, like, dude, I blew a load and it fucking hit her in the face and she snapped her head back. But it's not like, oh God, me and John had a romantic evening. First, he caressed my fucking my twat and he pulled on my clit with his tongue and then it's like.
Right.
All right. Like if you had your girlfriend, like, yeah, man, dude, like I was going down on my girlfriend, dude, and I fucking did the tongue flick, man. And I was like, and it's like, all right, dude. Like, I'm gonna go in the kitchen and get some fucking beer. You keep
Right.
talking though if you want to. Otherwise, we can change the subject soon enough.
Right. Either way, I'm not really interested in
Like,
paying
yeah.
much
But
attention to
that's
it.
the way. But that's because guess what? Men and women are
Different.
different.
God damn.
What a concept. Not on a fucking
Wow.
yeah, not a
Crazy.
fucking wow, how crazy it can be that men and women are fucking different.
Is that really how it is, dude?
No, man, we're
Men
the
and women
same.
are
Women should be able to go into men's bathrooms and vice versa.
we're equal, aren't we?
Yes, exactly. Because if
Totally
you don't believe that, you're a phobe. Yeah.
Okay.
By
You
the way,
stand next to a man in your female bathroom. Let's see how you roll with that.
by the way, on Twitter, I'm Mr. Cruise Control. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. Anybody out there?
Mr. Crew. So you have is this a new Twitter
No,
account?
same account. I think I just
Just
changed my
change your name.
username on it.
Okay.
Mr. Cruise Control. It's kind of like a Twitter account. But on my Twitter account, I wrote because there was on election day, I wrote this is the biggest fucking the biggest I have 10,000 likes on this, and it's the biggest one I ever had, and I haven't had anything close to it before. And what I wrote was there was someone who wrote, so both times Trump was against women, he won. The one time he was against a man, he lost. Oh, y'all really hate women, even when they're trying to save you, basically, because
Oh
he beat
God.
Hillary and he beat. And so
Oh,
I
that's right.
wrote misogyny, racism, phobias, rinse, repeat. Misogyny, racism, phobias, rinse, repeat. And I wrote it 3 times. Misogyny, racism, phobias, rinse, repeat. Now, if you saw that, would you think that I was mocking or would you think that I was agreeing?
I always think you're mocking.
Well, 90% of the people that liked it, I've looked at a lot of the profiles, are people that agree with the original poster. So they think that I'm actually saying
Well, I think you're
misogyny, racist, phobia, rinse, repeat. Misogyny,
That's
racist, phobia,
funny.
rinse, repeat.
Right away. I
Misogyny.
mean,
Yeah.
not just because I know you, but if I just saw that, from a random person I didn't know, I would assume it's mocking. I don't know.
Yep. Like somebody says, like not so much a phobia, rational fear, but I am a misogynist and a racist, and proudly so. Oh, but that but there's like
Yeah,
yeah.
you're all wrapped up in that shit, dude.
No, it's just funny. The point of it is that like there's so many people that liked it that thought that all they saw was misogyny, race, and they went, "Ooh, he must be," because that's how they think: misogyny, racist, phobias.
Right. Well, the rinse repeat, I think, drives it home that it's sarcasm to
Yeah.
me. I think. I mean, but these people are like, that's stupid. That's really like, wow, man, you guys are some dense, can't think for yourself, motherfuckers.
Yeah, like one person said, it's like Hitler all over again. It's people like you that hurt the Democrats too, constantly spewing the hate speech. I'm like,
Oh man, who's following you? Just like what kind of? Do you guys just get random people following you?
Yeah, well, they're not following. They're not following. These are likes. These aren't follows. These are likes. Like I don't
Oh,
have a lot of
okay.
people following, but
How do they just see it? I guess and
yeah, they see it and go, oh, he must be. But
huh?
it's just crazy.
But
This
wow.
is why you lost. Someone quote, and I went. It's like the people are also because they see this is what people like. Even some Republican Trump people are like, oh, this guy, like I don't see how much more sarcastic I could be,
Right.
like. But these people are actually literally. All I hear is this voice: misogyny, racism, phobia, rent from paint. This is the way America. And it's
Wow.
like, dude, yeah, half the country didn't vote. Half the country voted for other people besides Trump, like me. A lot of people thought the people around him were more, what he was doing was more rational, and that, it's just insane.
Yeah.
Um,
Well.
but yeah, so that's the crazy. So we've survived. No one's dead yet, but people are all thinking that they're going to be hunted down, and the
Oh, that
trans people are going to be hunted down and put in cages, and they're all saying that they're all also saying that the Latinos that voted for Trump are saying
I are
just
going to
wait,
get deported, a mass
just
deportation or
just
whatever.
wait till you're deported. I'm like, wait, so are you saying, well, how can you vote? You can't vote, quote unquote, vote for
If you're
someone
not
unless
legal.
you're not legal. So what are you saying? You're saying that all the people that voted for Trump are illegal aliens and that they're going to be deported. So what are you trying to say? Another thing is, you just wait till all these people are deported. The price of gas, the price of produce is going to go up. Your food's going to go up. The reason why you're living well now is because of these illegals working. I'm like, that's good. So you're saying that we should have these people working for $7 an hour because they're illegal and not
Right.
because so
Hey,
you
we
can
need our little workforce,
we need
Give me
your. It's
three
like
cents a
slave. It's like
year.
it's like say, just watch. Food prices are going up because slavery's been abolished. It's the
we,
same shit.
yeah, it's almost like they want slavery. Hey,
Who's gonna
slavery's
clean your
good.
house and pick your food if you get rid of these illegal aliens?
Oh, who's got to do our slave labor, huh? Come on, pal. You, you need to start
Yep,
prioritizing things a little bit.
exactly. It's fucking
Wow.
crazy, man. So
That's fucking nuts, man.
anyway, I've got off my little thing, so it's just funny watching the fallout, and there's a lot of cool, interesting things coming up. We'll see how the world keeps going.
Yeah, nobody rioted, by the way. Everybody, that was another thing that there's going to be riots.
Well, we talked about it because we talked about rioting, and no one rioted because I think they were so goddamn beat down and shocked that they didn't even realize it.
That's
Uh,
probably yeah,
they were
it's probably
so
true.
goddamn despondent, and they realized they got their ass kicked so badly,
Yeah, yeah.
and they know that rioting is, and they got, like I said, it felt like when I walked into my one of my groups, the first rehearsal back, it was like a funeral. It felt like someone died.
That doesn't even feel like God. It's supposed to be fun and improv and God, I couldn't go
Theater
back to
people,
a group
dude.
like that.
Theater people, man. Well,
Yeah,
again, like I said, when we're focusing on the improv and we're focusing on everything else, which is most of the time, it's great. They're like I said, it's a great group, and they're talented, and like I said, we treat each other with respect. But I know every once in a while it's going to come up, and they'll start talking about it, and I just walk out of the room. It's like, I'm leaving. I'm going to go over here and
yeah.
wander around. I'm not going to get involved in this conversation because they're all
Right.
just circle jerking and saying the same things.
Pretty much. Yeah, yeah. Wow.
So
Damn.
um,
Well,
but I'm still alive in that, still in that group, and we'll see what happens. If someone gets a hold of this, then whoopsie. Just realize that I'm the guy who has been supportive the whole time. I'm still the same person. I'm the guy who has knows trans people in my improv groups, both of them, and I don't give a fuck. And that's part of the problem too, is that I don't fucking care. And so as long as you're a good improviser, I'll want you to perform with me. I don't give a fuck. So take that to your trans your fear. I'm afraid, or I'm a racist, or I'm a misogynist.
hey, remember we got that was years ago. That was kind of before all the woke shit that really kicked into gear. Remember the one chick I was kind of
Yeah.
reconnecting with?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yep.
I was like, wow, okay.
That's a harbinger because that's been going on for decades, and I've been paying attention. Just gotten so crazy over the last 5 years. But I think this is just a total renouncement of it. I think people just said fuck you to all that woke shit, to all the bullshit, to all the government bullshit, and all the mainstream media bullshit. Like I said, all the ratings are so down. They're down by so much that people, they might have to close down certain, like
Oh,
MSNBC might actually just stop my
broadcasting
yeah, start
completely?
broadcasting.
Wow.
And CNN's gotten this shit, and they're restructuring everything. So.
Oh, by the way, I did see the video of Obama chastising black men for not voting for Kamala.
Your
people's
that worked, didn't it? Because record numbers of black people voted for Trump this year.
I know.
It's all shame, man. It's all shame. It's all about their race and gender and stuff. You got to protect the women. You got to vote for the women. What about me? Well, no, you're not important. You're just a man. So vote for the women. Vote for their right to kill babies.
About getting tired of being, pandered to, and it's like, what are you doing? It's not, things aren't better for you, So anyway,
my groceries have skyrocketed and my rent has skyrocketed. So anyway, we just want to touch base with all y'all. We're still doing this every once in a while. We'll try to get together every month to do a little bit. But also then again, the shrink wraps and the smoke breaks, they bring our shit there. So we're still around. I'm not done with those. I just had it last couple of weeks. I've been involved with some improv stuff and other shit that I couldn't make it. But
like I said, man, he's the one with the life.
So don't worry, we ain't done.
We're done. We're still here, bitches.
Dude, it's just because we our creative differences, man. I want this to go. We're gonna have.
We just couldn't.
Me and Maxwell are just going our separate ways.
No, this ain't Miracle More.
ain't happening, kids. Ain't happening. Nope. Regardless of how much some of you might want it, ain't happening, bitches.
It ain't going down like that. So
all right. Anyway, this has been the nothing. Anything else? Are you good?
Nah, man. I'm shit. I'm done.
I know what you're doing, man. You're gonna get yourself a car and go over to the runner.
Actually, no. You know what? I'm in my workout clothes, man. I'm gonna work out.
Oh, and then after that, go over to the runner.
No, because I got my cleaning people coming over tomorrow, like 8 o'clock.
Oh, so you're gonna take a night off and shit?
I think I might take a night off, man. I'm just gonna go.
Good for you. Wake up on a Saturday feeling goodsy.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna work out, and there's just whatever.
Sweet, man. Well, have a good night. I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna listen to that new fucking book you got, probably, right?
I know, but I might listen to some customs.
Nice.
Get my jackums on or something.
Awesome, man. Hey, they do what you're going to do. Don't get too detailed about it. Dude, I'm gonna fucking listen to
it. Dude, I fucking jizzed all over this towel, man.
Oh yeah. Anyways, this has been the Nothing Sacred show for the 15th of November 2024. I'm Cruise Control.
Oh,
and that's
the story.
We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With Cruise Control. We are nothing sacred.